Well, turn me up.
Alright, so why you become a recording artist?
The reason I became a recording artist first, I actually used to play basketball at IU Northwest. I was on a basketball scholarship, and I actually got hurt. I was actually having issues with my nerves, and actually was having symptoms of heart attacks. So I had to quit the basketball scene. And one day I was bored in my room, and I've always been around the music aspect, being around big producers like Chucky Thompson. He used to produce for Biggie Smalls, Nate Jolly, engineers for Dre, Kalani, etc. out in LA.
Yeah.
And I just really got inspired. One day I just went to Guitar Center, bought me a mic, bought me an interface, and really just started working on that aspect because I didn't have anything else to do because my passion was done with basketball. So
Yeah, so basically it sparked from when you get injured in basketball, so you like your plan B basically?
yes, sir. It was my plan B really on that, to be honest. And that's honestly how that kind of took off, and I started taking it seriously.
So how long you been taking music serious?
I put out my first single in August, so it hasn't even honestly been a year yet. How long I've been making music, but I've always been when I was young. You know how people be when they're young, rapping at the lunch tables and stuff like that, people making the beats and stuff. And, you know, that was always me. I've always been rapping and kind of singing and doing I used to do show choir when I was young, or theater, acting, singing, praise, and the praise, worship, praise and worship, doing all that type of stuff. So I've been around it.
Let's say you a true artist then.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have any music influences?
My biggest music influence has to be Wiz Khalifa to the day I die. Wiz, I like Pierre Bourne. He's really underrated. He's a big producer, but he's really underrated in the rap scene. I like Kanye, and then I listen to a lot of rock music. I don't know if you probably saw on my Instagram, I always be like, I'm a rock star.
Yeah.
You know, listening to the day I die. I listen to a lot of music indie rock, Foster the People, No Vacation, all those type of bands like that, people I look up to and respect. Because to be honest, that's the music that's really selling. To be real, they pulling in 103 million views, and even some of those big songs have up to 1 billion views on their videos. So that's the people I look up to because I want my music to sell.
So you mentioned you listen to rock. Do you actually make rock music?
I have a couple of records. My music's more on the pop scene, more kind of poppy, I call my music pop.
Yeah.
It's really, really poppy, and then I can still hop on those hip hop records. Kind of like a Juice WRLD kind of feel. You know, if you know what Juice WRLD is, kind of like that real gritty. He can still kind of hop on anything type of vibe. Because I just don't want to be looked at as a hip hop artist. I want to be looked at as a recording artist.
Yeah.
That I can someone can bring me something and I can hop on it without any issue. I don't want to be looked at as someone that just hops on a mic and raps. Because that's not what I am.
Alright, so what message you want people to take from your music?
The message I want people to take is really just how I'm feeling at the moment. For example, I had the song Good Times. Obviously, I want people to understand, to show your lady good times. And I got the song Something Nice. And that's actually me dealing with a breakup I dealt with last year. Yeah. And it's crazy because I actually wrote a song about the chick, and now it's getting radio spins on Spotify and it got playlisted, which is wow.
That's big.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I just want people to really feel that pain. Obviously, I don't come from the streets. I'm a suburban kid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But also, I also touch on the issues that I deal with too, because everybody deals with modern day issues, and I'm not afraid to really get into that emotional touch and actually push that and let people know, yo, it's okay, to talk about your feeling as a man. It's okay to, damn, this female did me like this, or it's okay to feel X, Y, and Z. So my music really comes from me personally, how I feel. And obviously, I still make them turn up records, to let me brag with the ice. I still make those too, so.
So is music a therapeutic thing to you?
It's very therapeutic. Honestly, sometimes I would just sit in my room, just type out songs. I do most of my songs on my computer. I write all my songs on my MacBook, just type them out. And a lot of times I just hear melodies in my head, and I'll get my phone, voice memo, sing it out, etc. It really helps me get through whatever I'm going through, so.
So do you consider yourself a rapper or a singer? Because you mentioned you just sing, so.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't like to categorize myself as a rapper or even a singer. I just like to say I'm a recording artist, because I feel like when you put yourself as a rapper, it puts you in a bubble. I feel because at the end of the day, people are he's just a rapper. He's in that he's only on that hip hop scene. But if you say I'm a recording artist and I can do X, Y, and Z, then you can get the futures like the Coldplays and people like that, and the John Legends and the big artists like that that's really out here selling out stadiums. Cause that's the goal. I want to sell out stadiums. Like, yeah, it's cool to have venues like the Old National Seniors and all this, but I'm trying to sell out Madison Square Garden. So.
All right. So overall, what do your music mean to you?
Music is really, really important to me because without it, I just feel like there's no life. Like we go everywhere. For example, even like nature's music. You go outside, you hear the birds singing a song. You go in the elevator, you hear music, and that's one thing that's important to me. Without music, there's no life. Yeah. So for me, like without me making music, there's no life. So.
All right, you mentioned you was just getting into the music, like far as taking it serious.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Indianapolis music scene right now?
You say Indianapolis music scene?
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. I'm really rocking with it. I kind of stay by myself, but I'm really rocking with a couple of artists, like my homie Jay North. That's my dog. I actually met him at a show I was doing in Indy, and I've really been rocking with a lot of the artists in that. And the crazy thing is, they really been rocking with me too, because I'm different. You know, it's not like a lot of the stuff that's getting pushed out right now. I just feel like that's one thing for me is just kind of stay true to myself. And, you know, people will flock because they like a different sound. Because it doesn't matter where you come from or X, Y, and Z. If you have a sound, then people gonna ride with it.
Are you actually from here?
Well, I moved around actually a lot of my life. I was actually born in Dover, Delaware. You know, I'm actually a military brat. So my family, we moved from Dover, Delaware, Atlanta, Georgia, to like Peru, Indiana, to like Noblesville, Indiana, and now I live in that. So I've been moving around a little bit. So it was hard when I was young, kind of to make friends and stuff like that, because I was always like just moving all the time, just always moving. And that's kind of it is with my life now. So it's a little different now that I'm kind of just sitting still in a permanent spot, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably be moving here soon.
All right, so take me down memory lane. How was it like growing up moving like that constantly?
It was tough. You know, it was when I was younger, but at the same, like I was saying, it was a little hard to make friends, because you would make friends, you would get close to somebody, and next thing you know, oh, we're moving to a whole other state, or oh, we moving here and X, Y, and Z. So like it was tough to keep close friends, but once we kind of settled down and kind of in this region, I was able to have real close friends. So.
All right, so let's talk about more of the music you have out right now.
Okay.
Any mixtapes, albums you have out right now?
I only actually pushed out 2 singles. I'm probably gonna be dropping a tape maybe this summer. That's the plan. But I'm actually about to be putting out a single here soon, probably in the next month, called Rockstar. Well, actually one of my favorite songs that I made. So.
Do you have a name for the project you dropping in the summer?
I'm not sure. I have an idea kind of how want to do it. It's going to be probably like more of an EP type of vibe, like a 4 or 5 song EP.
Yeah.
But I'm just I don't know what I want to title it yet, because I have so much different types of music. I have more of like my hip hop records, and I have more of like my poppy records, like kind of like my love and poppy like. So I'm just gonna feel like I'm just kind of more in the aspect like, do I want to put out kind of like more of like a poppy EP, or do I want to like put it kind of together, or should I just like drop 2 different EPs with 2 different types of sounds, like kind of how Feature did, like in 2016. So I'm just kind of debating on what I want to do with that.
All right, I know you mentioned you don't like to categorize yourself as a Pacific type of artist, but I want to know, do you consider yourself an emo rapper?
Nah. I wouldn't consider myself an emo rapper. More of like poppy, kind of, so like more of the aspect of like a Jason Derulo, or like a kind of like Drake, kind of. You know how Drake he'll hop on those kind of mainstream records. Yeah, kind of like that vibe, like, or more like kind of like a newer generation of Drake. But at the same time, you know, I'm IsiahPalmer, so I don't want to compare myself to anybody else. But I would just say more in the aspect of those influences, like the Wizzes and the Drakes, like they can just really hop on any record. Like for example, you know, Wiz had that record he had with Maroon 5, the cell phone record. Yeah, like stuff like that. You know, he can hop
crossovers.
He can cross over it whenever he wants
and get any lane.
Any lane. And I feel like with me, I can just get on any lane. Like I could have like a rock band come to me right now and be like, hey Zay, we trying to do something, and I'll be able to do it. Like it wouldn't feel uncomfortable with me at all. I wouldn't feel it. And I can have somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody from the hood, like from the trap, make like, hey Zay, I need you to hop on this trap banger, and I can do that. You know, so and I can have someone like more of a poppy feel, and I can hop on that too. So, and I love that, because I feel like I'm not getting put, like I said earlier, I'm not getting put in a category, and I can really brand myself, and more people can actually listen to my music because I can also make the music for like quote unquote like the soccer moms, you know what I mean, in the car, you know, so, and for like events, you know, so like I'm real blessed to be able to do that, and real blessed to have a team that train me well. So.
All right, name 3 things you have to have when you're in the studio.
W and W, wine and weed, and that's like my like go-to, wine and weed, and then obviously the third one probably man, I would have to probably say honestly just like I just usually like pray real quick before my session, so just you know like hey God, like hey, let me get me in the mindset to really lay this down and be confident. But you know the WW, wine and weed, and then obviously, you know, I'll say my little quick prayer before I get in there, get in the studio.
All right, so lead the people where they can follow you at.
My bad, can you read that? You said like my Instagram?
Yeah, like tell the people where they can follow you at.
Like IsiahPalmer 418. Also, that's my Instagram, my Snapchat, SwaggyP418. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iTunes, Apple Music. It's like every streaming platform you think of, I'm on there. IsiahPalmer.
Any shots you want to give before we get out of here?
I want to give a shout out to my boy Travis with the new bags they've been dropping with Trip Official. Shout out to my boy Travis. Shout out to my boy Jay North. Shout out to my management, my team, and everybody, you know, that's just really just been here and just helping me get along the way, and my fans.
Well, turn me up.